I'm gonna tell you about this lady I caught dead ass in a lie. And she may or may not have broken the law, but I'm not allowed to confirm or deny if she did or didn't. So I'm not gonna. Anyway, so what had happened was this lady files a workers' comp claim, right? It's $1 million bazillion dollars. She works for a retail store. She had fallen off a ladder. She got neck and back injuries. She said she can't work no more. She ready for this $1 million bazillion dollar check. Anywho, that's all I know. They don't tell me nothing. So I'm doing surveillance. I want to see what her activities are. They've released her to light duty. Like, hey, go to work, but take it easy, right? I do surveillance on her several days in a row, and she goes to work on every one of those days. And on every one of those days, she's running late. This girl cannot get to work on time to save her life. On the last day that I do surveillance on her, she leaves the house. It's halfway to work, and then she has to turn around, hauls ass back to her house, comes out with her neck brace, hauls ass back to work. Like, she's literally rushing every single day to work. She's supposed to be there at 8. It's like 7:83. She's late. She's like hauling butt, trying to get all of her stuff together, get out of the car, and get into work, right? So she's hauling ass across the parking lot as fast as she can with her little crooked ass neck brace that she only wears to work, by the way. And of course, I'm videotaping. And as she's making her way across the parking lot, she bites it. Like, she falls down, catches herself on her hands, and she slides across the concrete, across the what we call the gravel, the parking lot, whatever. Well, of course, I'm thinking to myself, that wouldn't happen if you wasn't running late. But that's none of my business, though. I am Paul Blart, observe and report. That's it. Well, after a couple minutes, she picks herself up. She goes into work. Well, a few minutes later, I see police cars flying into the parking lot all willy-nilly, lights and sirens. Well, I'm thinking for sure she called the law on me. Like, I'm busted. Well, I ain't sticking around to find out, so I take my happy butt across the street. Like, I want to see what's going on, but like, from a distance. Like, if she thinks she knows she's being followed, I ain't about to give her the chance to prove it, right? So I'm hiding. Well, anywho, next thing you know, I see these uniforms outside. My subject is outside. She's crying, pointing to where she fell down. You can tell that, like, she's telling them a story. I'm like, this girl just fell down in the parking lot. Why'd she call the cops? It was just super weird. So I did what I do. I got on the horn. My local friends in blue. Well, I mean, it was county, so it's green, but whatever. I learned that there was a mugging in the parking lot. So I'm thinking right before I got there, this mugging happened, but why is this girl crying? But then I find out the time of the incident, and she making up some story to the police that she got mugged. They didn't steal nothing. They just knocked her ass down. I'm confused as a chameleon in a bag of damn Skittles, because I'm like, nuh-uh. What's she talking about? I mean, who the hell am I? All Blart Mall cops. Whatever, I guess. Ain't nobody. So they take their report. More cops show up. It's like a scene from like Law and Order SVU. Like, this ambulance comes. Like, it's a whole big thing. Whatever. Nobody was coming for me. Anywho, I finished my surveillance. I get a call from the client. It says, hey, remember this girl? Of course I do. They can give me a little backstory. So what they tell me is this girl's late to work like every day, which duh, I already knew that. She was about to get fired because the day she fell off the ladder, that was like her last warning about being late. So she files a workers' comp claim, and they can't fire her if she files a workers' comp claim or something. I don't know, right? Like, they just legally, I guess they can't do that. Anyway, so when she gets released to light duty, she got to go back to work. She's late again, as per usual. Appears to actually fall down in a parking lot, but I'm not a falling expert, so what do I know? Calls the cops and files a report that she had been mugged, and that's why she was late, because once again, it was her final warning day. And she filed another workers' comp claim for the injuries she received falling down in the parking lot when she got mugged. Which, is that even legal? Now, doing surveillance on her again. They already know she filed a false report, allegedly. I mean, don't take a rocket surgeon. Now she's trying to sue the company also, like not having like a safe work environment. This girl's about as litigious as they come. Well, anyways, this goes down the legal route, right? The company's trying to say, hey, this girl's scamming us. She never did use her neck brace outside of work at all. And they're trying to say, like, hey, we were trying to fire this girl because she kept being late. Every time we would go to fire her, we found another claim to file. Ask me, she working smarter, not harder, but whatever. Well, they were never able to prove she had filed a false police report. And like, my video wasn't enough, even though I was literally recording her from the time she got out of the car to the time she went in the building, but it's fine. But karma's a B word, let me tell you why. Because between my video and the doctor's account, she couldn't possibly have had the injuries that she had and not worn a neck brace. They fired her, but they made her pay back all the wages that she was paid while she was on workers' comp. The doctor is suing her for slander because she blasted him on social media after he called her out. She got evicted from her apartment because she couldn't pay the rent. Just for due diligence, I kind of looked her up to see where she was now. She filed a lawsuit against the apartment complex. She called the cops and made a report that she had gotten mugged in the parking lot. She's saying it's unsafe. She's also in a current lawsuit with a local strip joint here in Tampa by the stadium, of which the details I will not divulge. We'll see for the sake of my own personal ethics. Anyway, she a little lying liar pants, and karma done got her. So anyways, that's why I don't trust folks. Her tears had everybody fooled.